and not be able to wear it at the first event.
That's crazy.
Morning.
Games, then there's no point. Okay, it's gonna be like games memories B.Friendly, but it's not gonna be like.
Get like 100 push-ups in or something. Your chest is looking a little small.
Yeah, I know.
His traps are massive.
That you want this thing to grow, and that you're releasing critical details about the biggest sporting event of the year on whatever Instagram, YouTube channel that Dave is running. That's not how you do it.
Never been done before.
You cannot be 100% sure with Dave, but I don't think it's in the stadium.
Well, I did see that. What it was we're gonna do Amanda, and it's gonna be the first event.
He actually didn't say first event in the stadium. He just said first event.
Yeah.
But prior to that, he had said when we did Amanda in Carson, when we did Amanda in Madison, those were the first events in the stadium. So the implication is that. The other thing is that second workout has a 3-hour time slot. We don't have, like, you cannot have another 45-minute or hour-long event. Like, it's just too much.
I just don't think.
Doesn't make sense. I think that it's going to be some type of rounds of elimination style. I know we have the clean ladder later on, but I feel like, and as you advance, yeah, this is nice. Pack it up, Friday night.
This is the enhanced media section right here.
Yeah, your sparkly bracelet, Chad. Welcome
Here
to
we
the
go,
Advanced
baby.
Media.
Cool,
Home of the CrossFit Games. Dude, your skin tone in this morning light. Chad, why are we here?
We're doing a little track session. I've been doing track sessions on Wednesdays with my LP fam.
Is that because of how poorly the first High Rocks attempt went?
You could say that. You could say that.
It was that 7th K where you started coming up limp. You were running backwards, I think, even.
Yes, I was cramping up pretty hard there. We're doing a quick little warm up, and then we're gonna do some quick little 4x100s for warm up, and then we're gonna do like a main set of like 2K, 1K run, 200 meter easy, 1K run, 200 meter easy. Do that.
A few times.
2 to 4 times.
Yeah.
Pick your poison.
I think I'm going to do a mile for time.
And we got a crew. And then someone might be testing the mile just to make sure that we know what the benchmark is for the games. The athletes, you know.
4:59, Ricky. 4:59.
4:59. I like
For 3 laps.
it.
We're out here at the track, running. Got the Hayes trainers on. And I have heard some people say that the Hayes trainer is not necessarily the best running shoe. That's all I've ran in for the last 2 years. And I mean, I get it when people like to run in their special shoe, and I have had periods of time like I like to do that too. But I just love having a shoe that you can wear for everything. And I'm not running marathons. 5K is usually about as long as I go. And in any CrossFit workout, these work just great. I can come back in the gym, squat, snatch, climb rope, jump rope, whatever I need to do. So if you guys are fans of this Hayes trainer, highly recommend giving them a try. Tried them 2 years ago, haven't looked back. Fuck. Sort of drive heaving on last lap. Went as fast as I could. No, that's just me. Morning mouth. What's the time? 6:40?
21.
41. Similar to last year. Not like I used to be. Good to do it. Can't wait to see the athletes do it. There we go, Mike. 6:13.
Oh.
Sweet.
That's good. Thank you.
Beautiful day.
That was my fastest mile ever.
Yeah. Damn, you look good.
Oh.
The third lap, I wasn't sure. Slowed down a little, but you saved something for the last one.
Same.
It's about that 1,000-meter mark where I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Whew, baby. It's not even hot yet.
No, just humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too hot, but definitely humid.
Let's get
sticky
switch
in the
over
morning.
here. I'm excited for tonight. Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be cool with all the people on the stand.
Chad getting
Go,
his
Chad,
High
go.
Rocks training in. Boo, boo. Chad, how you feeling? Your posture looked like it was sagging in the shoulders there at the end.
Yeah, it was.
Is that something you work on with your running coach? You need a running coach?
I need a running coach.
I'm a better running coach than I am runner these days.
All right. You want to run with me and tell me what to do?
You might be beyond my capability.
No. Yeah, I was. Body language wasn't good. Hinshaw would tell me, get your chest up. Run
How's
through it.
how's the temperature, the climate compared to what you're used to running in?
It's not hotter. It's just feels a little sticky, which is in Canada it's sticky, so
Similar.
similar, pretty similar. Like right now it is.
Do you think that the athletes that have to run tomorrow morning at this time? Do you think that the climate is going to be a factor?
I don't think so.
It shouldn't. It probably shouldn't
I
be.
don't think it should be.
If it is, it's
'Cause
yeah.
Similar time frame, right?
Yeah. I feel the same.
I
Cool.
don't think so.
All
I
right.
think
Good
it'll
luck
be
on the
good.
last one.
Thank you.
Chest up.
Total of 10K running, 6K working sets. Held a 440 per kilometer and a 430 per kilometer. Happy about that.
We're excited.
We're feeling good. We're feeling good.
Like, just excited, man, eh? Yeah, just the last little, like, bits and pieces. Stretch
Yeah, just a
around,
little
jump up
cruising.
and down.
Something or other.
We went to Farrington, ran the mile.
Did ya?
Yeah.
How fast?
Did you do it now?
Just like
That's us. We're going down to the lake after this. We're just going to get on the paddleboard and we're just going to stay on one while all the other teams come past and just be like, oh, hey. Oh, you guys are trying your best, huh? It's cool. So that dominance.
in the back.
Yeah. Cara screams that at the other teams. They're like, do we stop? Do we go? She's like, stop! She's not talking to us, she's talking to the other teams. They got to listen. When Cara yells, you listen.
You don't talk back.
Yeah, you don't talk back.
Never.
She's fucking weapon, hey. It's insane.
I'm gonna head inside.
Yeah, brothers.
I'll see you.
We know fuck all bro.
About teams
We
at
know
all.
nothing. So I just was talking to
That
someone
and
inside.
we saw the Big Bob when we were
At
at the
Farrington?
track.
Yeah, it was
Sick.
actually-
Well, so you know, like you look around, and there seems to always be people who are in the know. And, like we were at Mayhem, and like they were all doing that workout as 400 push bob 100, 400 push bob 100, 400 push bob 100. So we're like, okay, cool, that could be us. But I've heard
Yeah, that sounds right.
what they seem to be saying is we're just doing the exact same event as the Indies, but we paddle. So the paddle's kind of redundant. Fucking everyone's gonna get on that board, and like. We are good enough that we might be able to pass 2-3 people, but you're not going to make up a heap of ground on an 800 meter paddle. Unless it was like all of you paddling separately, like all of you kind of syncing up on a board. I think the teams are only going to be able to move so fast on that 800 meters will take a few minutes. And if it's a 6K run
And they're
first,
so big.
yeah, bro.
There's not much to move. Like, how do you maneuver that thing to pass somebody?
No. If there's a 6K run before it, it'll just be kind of like you will see
That's your
whoever gets in the water. Maybe a really terrible team paddling, but like the top teams are all going to move that fine. Like they're just athletic enough that they'll pick it up.
It's the run. Yeah, you separate on the run.
Which is, we would have loved to swim because all 4 of us come from swimming backgrounds, and you're not going to find a team that has that. But
Yes.
it's kind of fucking annoying. But then they were like, paddle. We were like, phone paddle? This paddle? Like, fuck. Fucking stupid paddle. But still found a way to make it circus-like.
Is that still the only 2 events? The
That's all
Bob
we know.
track and
That's all we know. And we're struggling to set up like the competition on there's something on the
Yeah.
weekend that was there.
Yeah.
So I think they're still
the literal
finally.
circus.
I think they're still finalising the fucking details.
Actual circus.
They're not ready for this circus though. It's so interesting going around to all the different places, and everyone's like, "What are you here for?" Like you guys like here to do bodybuilding, and we're like, "Oh, it's the CrossFit Games." What's that? You go, "Oh, this is a big city that has no clue. It's not like Madison where they're like,
Madison was a takeover.
oh, this
right?
is like the CrossFit Games." Yeah.
Oh, they have like a
Yeah,
set
they've
practice?
got the set
Oh,
practice
okay.
time until 5. So we'll go. So the man, when you go out there, just assert dominance, stand on a board and just like glare at other teams.
Just take over the boat dock.
Yeah. Or just take ages getting into the water, so all the other teams are like, hey, can we get past? It's like,
Sandbag.
sorry, we just don't want to hurt ourselves. It's the day before competition.
We've been in the sport for a while.
And if they try to say anything, just get Cara to turn around. Cara just look at them like, sorry, you guys go, take
Sorry,
your time,
Cara.
take your time.
Oh, CrossFit Westwood. This place is packed, man. A lot of people here. Not surprising. GoWOD's obviously a huge, good morning, Matt, huge supporter of a lot of athletes, and they've got this facility, which it looks great, honestly. Chad's watched a lot of the competitions that I've covered because he helps set that stuff up. But he always thought you looked better on camera. In person, he says not very impressive.
No, I'm with the lights. I was looking myself at the mirror. I won't win the games, but I'm the most jacked.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And I'm a Sotan, so you look even worse, better.
Yeah, jacked and tan.
Yeah, exactly.
How I get it. It's the whole crew. It's so done. It's a full-man shoe. Are you going to lose the middle too?
Huh?
Are you going to lose the middle too?
I don't have the sides.
No, that is true.
No, but you do. You could.
I could do it.
Yeah, you could definitely do it.
Should I jump on the? What are you guys calling yourself?
100%. I actually don't know if we have a name.
You can't. I'm not gonna. It's cool, but it would have been cooler if you rolled in with some matching shirts and like Fu Manchu crew or something.
Leather.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him compete this year. Seriously.
Me too.
because I saw the fire back at Summers.
Yeah, it's good to see, right?
And you know, when I think about the cumulative experience you guys have to like ride that through the summer and come here, you feeling good?
Yeah. You know what? It's like we've gotten to this point at the starting line, and he's healthy and excited. Like, what more can you ask for? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like, let's go.
Outside of just Justin, you've been with this sport as long as the sport's been around. And like you've obviously competed on teams, but you watch what's going on across the board. I've never felt like this coming to a men's competition. Like it's just wide open. There's so many talented guys.
Yeah.
I could list off 5 guys right now to you. It's possible someone else could.
Dude, it feels like there's 8 guys that can win, which has never felt like that going in.
No. And it's, I mean, knowing that you're coaching one of those guys is one thing, but as a fan, outside of the spectrum
exciting,
of that,
right?
it's exciting. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm hoping people can just like latch onto, that this has a bunch of real special action.
Yeah, I think so too. Dude, and we're in a new place, man. It's like, this is awesome.
It's going to be
Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps. Because you guys had to take everything out here and lay this floor.
Yeah.
And then did they own this stuff, or did you guys bring
No,
this?
they own the stuff. They own
Okay,
the stuff.
so
So
that's-
we got in Friday, took us a day or two to rent it, and then the bus took 2 days to rent.
Wow.
Did you see the bus?
We saw it
we have
driving
like
in.
a
I haven't
massive
like checked
area
it
for
out.
athletes' families. So we just want the athletes' families to have something to do. They have food, snacks, coffee between events.
That's
We know it's super stressful for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's their like VIP section.
That doesn't get talked about a lot.
No, we'll see.
But when
We
you're
didn't
close to
communicate
people
about it yet.
competing, It's no, just the stress
Oh, for
of
the
the
parents?
family,
Oh,
of the
Jesus.
close,
Yeah.
boyfriends,
You can see
girlfriends,
they are
husbands,
like
wives.
stress eating all week. So that's pretty cool. I mean, and we have 2,000 people dropping in.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
it's crazy.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
It's Media Day, day before the competition. They've organized a few different events for the media this year. This is there's a press conference and then an opportunity to work out. A few of the games athletes are here. Don Fall is here. Chris Madigan, of course, organizing it, and it looks like most of the top media and the people would recognize. Talking Lead Fitness is here. Sevan and the crew are here. Morning Chalk Up. B.Friendly Fitness, known and knowable. Don't see anyone else yet. And there's also some outside media, like the people who are not necessarily the ones that you'd see all the time covering the media space. So maybe get a chance to meet some other people too.
Yeah, I was like,
could tell that Don was interested. He's like, you're like, but yeah.
for like over an hour doing just the registration. And so but
Hopefully you can have a relax.
I know, that's the thing. It's just the days leading up where there's so much to do, and then once we do compete, it's like we just worry about competing, and it's nice to just like not have to think about anything else.
Get there.
Yeah, get through all the other stuff first.
Don was talking about the selection process when you guys are looking for a new city. And there's so many people that have opinions about that, but there's very few people that get to sit in those meetings, have those conversations, and clearly to put an event on of this size, there's a ton of things that need to be considered. I was just curious if you could share maybe like 1 or 2 critical things that regularly come to the top for you guys when you're trying to make the best decision about a place to host such a big event like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. Is, there's other things outside the games, but preparing for not only this year's games, but where we're going to be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now and what that looks like is so exciting. When we're talking to potential host communities, we're looking at our stakeholders. We're looking at athletes first. We're looking at volunteer potential population. We're looking at travel experiences. So that community and the community vibe is really important. So DFW, amazing airport. A lot easier for folks from Europe to get here. And then, of course, there's business conversations. I mean, it is a business, and it comes down to that. And we have communities that are incredibly friendly with respect to sport hosting. And what they didn't mention today is that Fort Worth was named in 2024 by Sport Business Journal as the best city to host a sport event. And so, that was after our choice. So I think it confirms that we did a pretty good job choosing it. And it really is. It's our ability to host. And if we need something, they are on it. They're helpful. There's airport signage. So the business piece of it, as far as working with the venue and ensuring that everybody's taken care of on the floor and with hospitality is important. But there's also those intangibles about is this going to be a memorable thing when that kid has their first CrossFit Games experience as a fan?
Well, welcome. We're going to do a workout. It's going to be just a simple couplet, and it's going to have 2 movements. One's going to be a burpee, the other one's going to be an air squat. Like all the named girl workouts. And about 80% of those have some derivative of a squat in them. The next most common movement in those benchmarks is pull-ups, and then about 40% of them have a push-up or a horizontal push or a handstand push-up. In most of CrossFit, if you think about it, is an effective implementation of push-pull squat, throw in some Olympic lifts, run, row, bike, and you start to see a lot of magic that happens with that. I'm going to call this workout 7-11, okay, because the rep scheme is going to be burpees are going to be 7. Back, you try to push those balls, the feet towards the ground, or the heel towards the ground rather.
You seem to be quite the chatty person in class.
Dude, you don't get a chance to take a class with Joe Alexander very often. This guy's legit.
Oh yeah.
Try to resist it from wanting to roll forward. Yeah, exactly. 370. But it's, you know, I'm kind of, on our team, we have people between 500 and 600 gigs. I'm you know, I'm an average guy. There's a lot with 400.
Do the most you ever did in a year with?
Probably, maybe close to 48, maybe. Because a midweek and weekend gigs. Well, like midweek too.
You went up pretty hot. You win the workout, no?
That's not what it was about. Clapped you.
I wasn't sure. Okay. Okay.
I had to get a little redemption after the track.
Right, got it. Okay.
Plus, Joe Alexander was there. You know, you got to put on your best.
Is this your first media tour?
Like at the games?
Have you ever been part of media this way?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah, because all of the other years I was either on the CrossFit media team, I was on the black shirt team, or I was on the broadcast team. So yes.
This is your first actual independent media tour?
Yes. I was able to wrangle a Lazar Dukic. Got his Dubai jersey from a couple years ago, and he's going to be joining me live on B.Friendly Fitness here in a couple minutes. You know, obviously it's getting close to competition, and you know, there's some athletes that like having conversations during competition or in the run up to conversation, and others that don't. But you know, Lazar is a buddy of mine, and he's kind of like, yeah, dude, let's go on there. We'll talk. We'll hang out. So he'll be joining me here in a couple minutes live to kind of get his perspective on where everything's at.
Oh yeah, that's the picture we wanted to get. Like I was here before, I was at the check-in before Luca, and I waited for him to get here just so we can have like a recreation of the photo from 2021, and it was pretty special. It's going to be pretty special for both of us.
Well, I got kind of lucky. I just happened to be in that area of the check-in when you guys were taking that, and I posted on Instagram, like it was my favorite moment of the day. It was just an organic moment for me, but seeing you guys up there, I mean, it's your little brother, and this is the World Championships. There's only 40 guys in the world that make this. It's like, it is a really special thing, but even in that moment, like your personalities come out, and you could see kind of like the differences between the two of you and the way that you react or relate to each other in that. And those are pictures and moments that, like, you know, you'll always be able to look back and share with him. And it made me really happy in that time for both of you.
Our dad always says his sons are 5% of the fittest people alive. So, yeah, that's a good statement from him. He always likes to brag about it. But if I'm going to choose one that's announced, I'm choosing event 1. I want that leader jersey from event 1, and then let's see. My goal, is to get it on event 1. I said to my coach, I'm gonna get it on event 1, and then I'm gonna wear it for the first day. Then I'm gonna lose it, and then I'm gonna get it on Sunday.
There you go. That's the time, the ultimate time to have it.
Exactly.
What was that? We were at I'm trying to think of the last offsite event at Whataburger.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping today goes a little bit better than that.
Well, I mean, we have a car, so we don't have to wait for an Uber at some random location and hope that it shows up. It never showed up. Yeah, some nice guy he was just shuttling people back and forth, so it should be better than that.
If anything, we'll have to drive people.
Yeah, maybe we'll be offering the rides today. Right. You need a ride back to the venue after the lake event? Hit us up. $50. Should cover one day of parking.
Who is your one-on-one for this event?
That I think will win.
Yeah.
I'm going with Lazar, and I'm going with Tia. I think Tia is I'm much more confident in the Tia pick. Just her history, these movements, events, it's perfect for her. But Lazar, I think, has a chance to win here. He's usually been left in the shadows because of Yona when it comes to swimming events. And then, the ski, the skier got mattered at that one event 2 years ago. So he's a really good swimmer. He's a good runner. And I think that the swimmers will be able to make up time in the water. But there's guys that can challenge him. I think it's going to be tight. James Sprague should be up there. Yellow Hostess should be up there. I'm curious to see how guys like Roman and Ricky, they'll do well. I just don't know if they can challenge for the win. So I'll go with Lazar and Tia.
How are you?
I'm excited.
What's that?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I can see that.
You gave me some motivation with your picks.
I have the tattoo in my pocket.
Good.
Oh, dude,
Keep it ready.
I can't wait to see it on you.
Me too.
I can't wait for James to come second.
That would be the biggest sell of my lifetime.
Fuck. Well, guess I'm getting that neck tattoo.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. What do you pay right now to suit up for this?
I'm still not running yet after my knee surgery.
So nothing.
So nothing.
It's a fun one though.
I definitely love to go and do that chipper. I tested
I tested
that out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. I think minus event 2, I think all the workouts look great. Maybe event 2 will be good.
I'm reserving judgment on
That's
event
right,
2.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it, look, Amanda 45 is a great workout.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think Dave was right. They don't do that enough. Take a workout from 7 years ago.
Well, that was the thing. They did the original Amanda in 2010. So it was 7 years when they did 0.45. So then they've done another 7 years.
And you too.
Hi, Larry.
You guys good?
Lake day. Got to run, they got to swim. It's about 3.5 mile run, about a half-mile swim. Men and women are technically going at the same time. This start's going to be very interesting. You're going to definitely see some jostling for position early because it kind of bottlenecks and then they get into the course.
Do you have the temperature of the water?
Warm, but whatever. You're going to figure it out. Side stroke, baby.
Yeah, that's freedom amazing, huh? You don't have to run that.
Ricky and Jeff went out hot. It looks like, based on what we're watching on the broadcast, that Tia, not surprisingly, is leading amongst the women and picking off men. I originally thought that 35 minutes would be a good time, but these guys usually always go a little faster than expected, so maybe close to 30 minutes. Yeah, I still think it's going to be 33 minutes win.
Just under that 39-minute mark. Mayer heading towards that finish line.
90 seconds faster than last year, so. And then I got in the water.
How was the water?
Very, very long.
It was long.
I thought I saw that yellow buoy on the one before it, and I started going in a little bit, and then there was a big crowd of people, so I was like, finish. And the sun and foggy, so it was like, I didn't go too far. Yeah, same thing.
Do you feel like you're pretty efficient on your line?
For the most part, yeah. I luckily I drift left, and so if anything, I'm sticking close to the shore. So at least I would hit the shore if anything, because I went inside. Or no, I went under that yellow buoy. But spotting was really hard. I used these two trees until until I got there. And we started over there, swam out, swam back. So the sun was literally right over that house. And so I knew the sun was going to be an issue.
I don't know. I'm
Because Anya's crying. She said that he's
I'm worried as well. But Luca, you gotta just stay with yourself. The medical team is amazing here. So whatever it is, you'll find it. It'll be fine. But do your cool down. And
I got second. Yelly beat me by like a minute.
Yella looked great, but dude, were you just like cruising past people?
I mean, you couldn't really tell because everyone was going on the buoys and I went straight. So like, everyone was doing this, and I went here. So when we got to that little corner there, I think I was in third. But I couldn't really tell how many people I was passing because I wasn't like passing them as much as I was in a different lane.
Yeah.
You know, we were on two different freeways.
It sounded like you were in the express lane.
Hopefully.
Can I get some more ice?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see once I'll look at my watch and see how.
When you were singing, did you see that? Like, we didn't announce no one saw him. And you were right with him. I think you faked the droning when they did that. No one knows where he is.
Nobody knows where he is, too.
Huh?
Friday, August 9th, and today's conversation is all about Lazar Dukic. Obviously, everybody knows, what happened yesterday, and it was important to me to have a chance to talk to his brother before doing anything publicly, kind of out of respect to them and their family, but also just to have somewhat of his blessing and understanding of what what was really going on. So I did have a chance to talk to Luca this morning, a few hours ago, and Luca is a very kind of a private guy. He's very passionate and serious and loving man, but he likes to stay to himself. And I mean, I was really grateful to have the chance to talk to him. I stayed at the lake as long as I could until I had a chance to see Luca and Anya. And when I was talking to Luca, and obviously it's a hysterical moment for everyone trying to process, but I could kind of hear in the words that Luca was able to say that, he looked up to his brother so much. And I know that Luca is looking to pay respect to Lazar's life and leadership by the way that he goes forward in his own life.
Okay.
It's almost like an ominous morning with the clouds.
Where are you from?
Cool. And you can just kind of feel like the heaviness, I think, of the moment. But I think it's going to be nice for some people to get back into some normal stuff today. At least I'm hoping that's the case.
Oh, did you hear a French accent?
We're briefed by Dave Castro and the team on today's events. Not going to get into any specifics. It was kind of a closed-door meeting. But what are your thoughts leaving that meeting? It was a media-only meeting.
I think the decisions they made regarding media interactions with athletes today are appropriate. I think most of us were expecting that. I appreciated Dave coming up there. I didn't know if he would be there or not. Obviously expected to see Chris and Jenna, and it was nice to see him there and have him share some of the details from yesterday as well. I mean, he gave us a really quick synopsis of the conversation specifically between CrossFit and the athletes that resulted in the decisions that were made, and there's still things that they're unsure about how it will unfold. I felt like it was as transparent as he was probably should have been, and I think overall the decisions they made for now make sense. Tribute.
Tribute to Lazar. And is it expected that some of his family members will be here?
I have been told Lazar, Luca, and Anya are here this morning, and so I would expect them to be out there. Yes.
How are you?
I saw your message and I was like, oh, you're literally right behind me. I mean,
Awesome, you're looking down.
I think this is misunderstood by a lot of people, actually. Lazar is not with Mayhem. He's not. He left Mayhem earlier in the year. He didn't want to make a big deal about it. Obviously, I think it's misunderstood because a bunch of people have asked me that question, and I don't know what the conversation was with the teams, and I don't know what that was about. I think that what Angelo said is that we came to compete, and we're doing it in honor of him, and the rest of the teams felt that taking a minute was an appropriate way to honor him. Angelo said it really well in his interview, is everyone is sensitive to the situation, everyone respects Lazar and his family, and everyone shows it in different ways. And some of the teams have chosen to withdraw, some teams chose to have a delay for their start for a minute to honor him, and other teams chose to compete hard in his honor. And kind of as we've been talking about, I just feel like respecting everyone's way of processing something like this is the best that we can do. And even though they won that workout, they feel the same way. They go like, this isn't about us, especially this first event. After that, it's just about doing what we think is best for the situation. Yeah.
Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Lawrence Peavy as he crosses the finish line.
Kowski rolling his barbell. Last 20 reps happening. He's out.
I respect all the athletes for taking the floor. It was clearly hard to do. You saw a lot of different emotions, from anger to sadness to almost just not knowing what to do when they were especially being announced for the first time. And it's hard. It's hard to go out there and do that with those emotions coursing through you and potentially all of them at different times during the day. So I don't know if I want to single out any particular one. I just want to commend the athletes for going out there and doing something hard and during a hard time. Yeah, I mean, early on in the competition, I'm always looking for kind of, three different things. And the first one is, what are the expected favorites doing? And we've been talking about on the women's side, we have a unique situation because there were really only 2 women that anyone was picking to win, and one of them has chosen not to compete, and the other one is dominating. I mean, and really dominating. Like it looks like she's competing alone, and honestly, I'm not surprised. Like I was expecting before anything happened this weekend that we were going to see the most dominant version of Tia Claire Toomey or that we've ever seen through 2 events we have. On the men's side, most of the big names are filtering to the top, and Pat Bevellner jumped 18 spots with an event win in event 2, in case that sounds familiar to anybody, and he'll be right back in the mix before long as well. I mean, if you're looking for surprises, I wouldn't say it's necessarily surprising, but Emily Rolfe is in 2nd place, and I'm pretty sure it's the highest that she's ever been at any point in a CrossFit competition, and she looked, I would expect it on event 1, but she looked pretty good today on event 2 as well. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for her to potentially sneak a top 10 finish this weekend. She's off to a great start. On the men's side of things, Chris Ibarra has been the surprise for me through 2 events. I don't want to say surprise, but he's doing very well, and he looks very good. The run swim is a workout that on paper should be good for him. I'm not even sure what to make of that workout in general. It just sounds like it was really hard. The performance on the deadlift and rope climb workout today was what was impressive to me. His finishing placing there was pretty high, and a workout that I didn't know if it would suit him well or not. I know there's a lot of people that are big Chris Ibarra fans and have told me that I really screwed up that ranking or pick for him. I kind of feel like I did too, and so far he's definitely making me feel that way. So those are kind of I think James Sprague is gonna have a great rest of the day. I mean, he won his heat and got 7th in that last one, and I think that Echo Bike Burpees is a great combo for him. Running a mile and a sandbag carry, it's like this is perfect stuff for him. If you're looking a little further down the leaderboard, Kalian Souza has a similar skill set to Sprague. He's just not quite as good yet. So those 2 guys are 2 guys that jump off the page as maybe not obvious names that you look to maybe close out this day really strong. On the women's side of things, it's a little bit more all over the place right now. But I feel like there's a few athletes that people were expecting to be in, like potentially even in podium hunt, that have gotten off to a slow start. And what I'll be more looking is to see if in the midst of all these emotions, if athletes like Emma Lawson, Alexis Raptis, Danielle Brandon, Ariel Lowen, Alex Kazan, none of whom have had the string of 2 events that you'd like to see from a podium athlete out the gates, can turn that page. And I think we're going to find out in all of those cases throughout the rest of the day. It's not a bad thing either way, but whether they can overcome the emotion to put forth the physical gifts that they all possess.
This place is jam-packed with people.
Yeah, I wonder if there's anyone here from Arizona.
Hey.
What's
Nice
up?
shirts.
Nice
shirts.
Look
at that.
Only the best right here. Only the best.
Friday Night Lights in Texas is a big deal, and they love leaning into the culture of the places that they bring new events to, so it makes sense. I hope it's a fun night.
Has
CrossFit ever done a Friday Night Lights?
on an offsite event, like not in the stadium?
I don't think so, but the Friday night events under the lights in Carson were really something special. In Madison, we lost the outdoor element of that, but they still leaned into the cool events. If you're over 6 feet tall, it's a good day to be a guy. We can't go in this. There you go. James Sprague should be wearing a leader jersey tonight. Dallin Pepper, Jason Hopper. It's a youth movement and a tall movement so far, the CrossFit Games on the men's side. Tia Claire Toomey finally was beat. Another Ecobite workout gets her. I mean, it's a known, not a weakness, but relative to the dominating performances, she still holds the lead. Thank you. Hey, Angel. she still holds the lead. Emily Rolfe's sticking strong. Bethany Flores looks great. And I think it's pretty tight on the women's leaderboard. We talked about some of the women earlier that weren't doing that well. Danielle Brandon rebounded really nicely. So I'm excited to see her on the track tonight.
I'll be taking no prisoners. I'll be feeling no pain. I'm gonna keep on fighting to the end.
You saw Ricky?
Oh, yeah. Insane.
Looks like he was a man and the other were kids in the sprint.
Yeah.
And on the
It's nothing other than just competitive. I would have liked to see him race Jeff.
Jeff, yeah.
Because Jeff has a similar mile time.
Yeah.
He's the only one here who
They
does.
both did the 5K and like they were together.
Right. It was just different. You did this. I mean, this is a hard day.
I think it's. Yeah.
You told me earlier you feel okay.
I feel okay. Dubai was worse. This was amazing.
The environment was fun.
Yes.
There's a lot of people.
It was full.
Yeah.
I felt like I was a quarterback.
It's a cool feeling. Welcome to America.
What kind of American football player would I be?
You would be, if you played offense.
Tight end, right?
I don't know. Do you have good hands? Can you catch?
Yeah.
Because you got strong, big hands. But if you can't catch, you'd be a linebacker. Otherwise, you'd be a tight end. Defense or offense?
Offense.
And hopefully you can catch. You could be a tight end.
Travis Kelce?
Better probably.
Who is the best tight end in the sport?
He's the best.
Who?
He is.
Travis.
Yeah, if you're talking about potential.
And he fucks Taylor Swift, so win-win, right?
It's the best interview we've ever done.
What's up?
I'm going to count today as your first real day at the games. It was a tough day, just physical demand. But I'm curious how you're feeling.
I haven't done anything fun. Everything's been really hard, but that's what I expected for the CrossFit Games. I've been having fun. Weird weekend to start my rookie year, but I'm trying to do my best to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, watching you compete, it's like every competition I see you at, you look like you're evolving as an athlete. When you're out there competing, do you have any sense of the improvements you made from last year's offseason semis to now at the games?
Yeah, I just try to focus on something I did really bad at my last event, and I just go on from there, and that's how I get better every time you see me. That's why I hate to compete and not be better than the time I was before. So that's one of my things is if I'm competing, I want to be better than I was at my last competition. So, yeah, thank you.
What was that? You like getting your ass dominated? Are you talking about Catan?
Yeah, that too. I need a solid game night.
After the uniform you're wearing tonight, have you considered red for your wedding?
I mean, I
Black
should.
and red, you look good.
And I don't think I'll keep it on, but I most definitely should
You've gotten
consider.
that taste.
Yeah, it's a good taste. Try and get it back after Chad tomorrow.
Hey, I was watching you closely during the workout this morning. How old are you, 22, 23?
22.
That looked like a 33-year-old performance.
Thank
Your
you.
discipline at the rope.
Thank you.
Just a slow climb as you picked people off.
Thank you.
Was it difficult to kind of hold it in? Because you were,
Far behind.
Yeah.
Far behind in the beginning. It's kind of my MO, pick people off. I'm usually pretty good at that with longer workouts, just play my race and be able to stay in a hot pace for a long time. So far loving these workouts and the way they're programmed. Just to be able to do good in a shorter power outfit event like that for me is almost makes you tear up. I've been working really hard at that, man.
I was going to ask you if there's a workout so far that you're most proud of. It sounds like it's probably that.
That last one, I'm very proud of that. That's not something I should thrive in. A sandbag sprint. Never have. Now I will.
I love it.
Thank you. I love you, bro.
Pretty cool event tonight, I think, too. Unbelievable. Any nostalgia of workouts on a soccer field back in California?
Man, actually, I thought more like Friday Night Lights football. That's what I felt like we were throwing down. I mean, it was so cool to see just all the athletes come out here and just run like such a simple test. A mile. I don't know how many people were here, but it was incredible.
Did you see the lines coming in?
Yeah,
it wasn't a line, it was just a mass of humanity. One of the international athletes told me, he goes, now I think I know what it's like to be a quarterback.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, that was cool.
I told him he'd end up being a tight end.
That was cool.
Myself this morning, I wound up like pretty nervous. Like I wasn't sure, probably with everything that's going on too, like just feeling pretty uneasy. But then also, realizing where I am, like back here at the games, and it has been a while, so I feel like I am kind of a rookie again. But yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm stoked.
Clearly, here with Jay competing.
Yeah.
That's new as well. How is it feeling watching him out there?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love watching him. It's definitely nicer when I go first, and then I can just relax and watch instead of like getting nervous for him and then getting nervous for me. But yeah, no, it's fine. Like we've been competing at semis all these years together, so it just is what it is.
How do you feel good after today?
Yeah, feeling good. Definitely keen to get some sleep before we have to do chat in the morning.
You look great out there.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Not a bad day.
Not a bad day.
You happy?
Very good, yes. Happy.
Of the 3 events today, is there one that you're most proud of?
I think that the first one. Yeah.
Was it something you've been working on, or just the way you paced it, or?
The rope climbs, I changed the way they do it.
Oh wow, and there were quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Obviously. Oh,
I changed it.
I wonder if I didn't notice that. I might have to go back and watch. This environment tonight, how was it to be out there?
Very, very nice. This place is very nice. Ferriton Field was... I never run it before in a field. Like I always run in a track. I always run in the street or in the assault runner. So it was a good experience. It was nice. Very nice place.
Were you able to, during the time you were competing, take in the number of people that were here? Did you see how many people were here tonight? Were you aware of that?
No, I don't look around. I just try to focus on myself.
I saw between the events you were sitting on the ground while everyone else was standing.
Yeah.
What was in the mind there?
It was like I have a time to rest and it's not a big time, so I want to rest as much as I can. So I saw everyone standing, and then the girl like, okay, 2 minutes, and then I was like, no, I will sit. And then I just sit and try to relax as much as I can before the other one.
You're a great job.
Thank you, bro.
Love seeing you here.
I mean, like, I'm waiting some weights. I don't know. That's what I'm waiting now. Let's see how I'm gonna do. You're gonna think like everything in bed, halas. Not halas.
Yeah, halas
just
is like
finish,
done.
you know.
Yeah.
It's done. You guys can expect good things from me. Because the last weight from the of the last cut, it's so light. That's it.
Yeah, I was
all I
thinking
can
the
tell
same
you.
thing. All right, Bruno. Great
Thank
job.
you very much, bro. See you tomorrow.
I think it's pretty normal for a first day. Something that's the tribute that they had for Lazar this morning is, it wasn't as long, but it's like similar to having an opening ceremony, which we didn't have yesterday. And it's pretty normal to have 3 events plus opening ceremony on the first day of competition at the games. Sometimes there's a day off after a long day like that at the games, or there's only one event. This year there was no scheduled day off, and so they're gonna have to roll right into another one. But yeah, I mean, 3 tough workouts, super emotional morning, and obviously emotional fatigue weighs, I think, more than physical or mental. So I would not be surprised if even the athletes that we saw at the track tonight that seemed to be like in really good spirits were just right in the rush of a pretty cool environment to do a workout in, and when they get back to their rooms, wherever that is, that they're going to be probably crashing.
Yeah, and speaking of the environment, what did you think about the track event?
I mean, I used to coach at stadiums like that in high school, and it's an environment I'm familiar with. I think some of the athletes, especially the international athletes who, were able to set aside everything else and kind of soak in the moments there, got to experience something that doesn't really exist football stadiums in Europe, soccer stadiums are different than football stadiums, American football in the States. And we got to talk to some of those guys and know that that was a cool moment for them. It was hard for me. I was in and out of, really like being in the moment and being distracted. So I feel like I maybe didn't get the full experience that it could have been under different circumstances. But I know that it was a good experience with athletes, like a cool environment to compete. And I give credit to the team for leaning into that tradition in Texas, and also creating an opportunity, especially for the athletes who travel so far to be here.
Have you had a chance to reflect on the day? I mean, kind of a whirlwind day, obviously, with yesterday, a lot of events. We didn't really stop moving for very long. Have you been able to reflect at all about today?
It's been like intermittent reflection throughout the day. There's just times where it doesn't even seem to matter what's going on. Sometimes it's during workouts. Sometimes it's during a moment where I just end up by myself. Sometimes it's just walking around that, memories and thoughts flood my mind, and it's hard to push them out. And then there were other moments where I was pretty present and appreciating the performances of the athletes, which is usually what I love to do the most. And it's just kind of unpredictable when they were coming, so I think I'm trying to just let myself feel things as they come and see how it goes.
Yeah, I can tell. Usually, me knowing you, you have a fascination or an excitement about the leaderboard, the competition. You're pretty dialed in with where things are. But it just doesn't seem like that's the priority or the most top of mind. Obviously.
I mean, you say that, but I'm looking at it here. There's 15 points between the top 5 guys, and you got Sprague still holding the leader's jersey. Dallin Pepper, his longtime friend, rival, teammate, same coach, and Hopper, Pepper's new rival. You got Roman lurking right there. You got Brent in the mix. Fellner's all the way up to 7th after a bottom 10 finish to start again. And you got top 10, finishers from the past in Yellow Hosted, Jay Crouch, Sam Quant lurking. Ricky's in 10th, Justin's in 11th. The depth of the field on the men's side is still there. The competition is just getting started. And all of the excitement and hype that people were feeling and talking about and building up coming into the weekend in terms of the points on the leaderboard is manifesting.
Saturday morning of the CrossFit Games. What's coming up next?
Wow, look at the monotone. So much energy this morning, Chad.
Coffee.
We should get some coffee. But also it has this kind of a weird feeling. It's a very cool morning in Texas. Overcast, there's a little breeze. It's actually very comfortable. And it almost feels like this quiet, which is appropriate, given the gravity of the weekend now. We're going to go inside. There's supposed to be a full day of competition today. A lot of the schedule is still unknown. Dave and his team are definitely taking tons of different variables into account. He spoke a little bit last night about why they made some changes to workouts and time, and there's a lot to do with timing. They still need to accommodate their ESPN schedules, and so there's very much information known about this morning. There's events that are unknown. Nothing's known about the team competitions for us, about schedule or what they're doing. We are just kind of here and with a flexible mindset to kind of feed off the athletes of the energy, and that's what our goal is going to be to try to do. I think it's going to be a good day of competition. I think we're going to see athletes do incredible things, and I think there's going to continue to be a lot of emotion, and we'll do our best to capture all of that. In theory, it's the middle of the competition. 2 days and have passed, 2 days remain, and the young James Sprague continues to sit atop the men's leaderboard. It's amazing. I'm so impressed and proud with him continuing what he did at semifinals, but he has some fire breathers right behind him. I mean, it's 7 points, 9 points. My math's not great. And Roman's right there. And we expect Roman to be right there no matter what the circumstances is. The guy is a born competitor. I mean, I think if I'm anyone else on the leaderboard, he's the one I'm looking at. I mean, if Sprague continues to do this, amazing. but Roman is a known entity that's already in the lead relative to his competitors. It reminds me of Dubai last year when he had a lead over Ricky. I think his lead on Ricky is only 35-6 points right now. So it's not out of grasp at all. And Ricky, I mean, some of the stuff he's done has been insane. Fikowski's in the mix yet again. Hopper and Hoste have had really, quite frankly, great performances across the board. And if you look what's on tap with Chad and a clean ladder, I mean, Hopper looks like he's going to have this bounce back year that a lot of people were projecting. So it's an exciting slate of guys at the top of the men's field. If you just look a little bit further behind them, you know, Vellner's there, Crouch, Pepper, Quant, all top 10 guys in their career lurking and still smelling podium blood. So I think we're going to have a crazy men's competition today, setting up an epic Sunday.
So we're going to go grab some Asian flavor punch. CrossFit Games, any CrossFit event, Asian flavor punch is probably the go-to food. If you need some protein, you need the gains, you got to get the Asian flavor punch. Get the beef teriyaki. Early morning breakfast today. But you got to get the beef teriyaki after lunch. It's bomb. Say from a percentage standpoint, is this getting close to like a top percentage for most of the men?
Not anywhere near in round one, but by the last round, yes. The thing will be interesting is if because there's some athletes that can lift high percentages of their max for reps and quickly, and there may be some athletes that do that and get to that last round and they can't lift the weight, and there might be athletes that could have lifted that weight that won't make it because they're not fast twitch enough. So you're going to see both ends of the spectrum. But obviously, just like the sport of fitness, you want to be able to do both, and that's where you look at guys. Sorry, I thought something weird. That's where you look at guys like, Medeiros. He can do well on a heavy lift, and he has. He can do well on a fast lifting for reps, and he has. As someone who's likely to navigate through the rounds and potentially, and therefore, end up with a really good placing.
Reps at 275, moving up to 285.
What a surprise on that one, huh?
Yeah, the guy's got half an ankle. I mean, what?
If he was fully healthy, maybe the injury's not so bad. Do you believe that he's strong enough and fast enough to do that one? Why are you surprised? The injury or?
The injury. The injury.
Okay.
I mean, we saw him in the warm-up area. His ankle was bad.
It's okay.
Dude, I've done that. He didn't look like there was any problem.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to just some weeks.
What are your thoughts? Like, do you find there's quite a contrast of emotions for like the community and the fans watching and the athletes?
Yeah, of course. Even within, just in general, there's people here that are really close to him, and there's people here who don't know anything about him. That's the extremes of the spectrum. And wherever you fall on that, it's going to dictate how you feel about it. Everyone is sad, everyone is affected by it, but your ability to recover from it is going to be dependent on how well you know him and how close to the situation you are. And the athletes are obviously closer than the fans. I will no longer be participating in anything that's associated with this year's CrossFit Games. I have and always will stand by my friend Lazar Dukic, and while I do believe that he would have wanted people to continue to compete and to live their lives, I do not believe that he would be okay with what is going on this weekend after what happened to him. I can no longer be a part of it. You know, all of you, how much I love this sport and these people and these athletes, but what is happening this weekend is not okay for me, and therefore I'll be stepping away from the 2024 CrossFit Games in any capacity.
You made a statement on your personal Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I love CrossFit competitions, and I could not get into this one. A lot of the athletes out there are my friends. A lot of them are competing, you know, for Lazar, which I respect, and a lot of them are doing really well. And I just couldn't even, you know, like find the real energy to make predictions about events, celebrate event performances. That stuff is, to me, like, that's personal, that's me. And then there's just this weird thing, like, in life sometimes. Like, I know that not everybody has all the same information that I have, and not everybody chooses to process information the same way. Like, some people do have the information I have, and they make different decisions. And I know there's a lot of questions, and have been a lot of questions about what is it, like, and why don't you say what you know, and why doesn't everyone just put everything on the table? And there's a lot of elements in play with that, from being respectful of what Luca wants and what his family wants, from letting the legal process take its course. And I just, like, I think Khan said it well, like, just be respectful of the decisions people make, and don't feel bad about whatever decisions you did or didn't make with the information you have. You know, everyone's always trying to do their best, and this is a, you know, really hard thing to even know what that means. So I just decided that I couldn't be a part of that anymore, with the information I had, and I felt good about that decision when I made it. You know, I still am, like, I love to know what's going on. I looked at the leaderboard at the end of last night, and I saw the names at the top and the bottom and whatever, and I just, I don't know, I found myself scrolling all the way to the bottom and just thinking about his smile again. I don't know. So we're doing a little service this morning for Lazar, and then I'm gonna head out of town, but the guys are gonna continue to document what's going on at the competition for the sake of the athletes and the people who would like to know, and I'm grateful for them for that. Good morning. Thank you all for being here to join us as we remember Lazar Dukic. We will always miss you, Lazar. You left us far too soon, but you left us with memories we'll never forget. Thank you for the way you loved every single one of us. We're grateful that you're resting peacefully now, and we will all do our best to honor you as we continue on in our lives.
Our hearts, they hurt the same, but somehow we always seem to shake things off. We never seem to let the burdens weigh us down. Yeah, we're okay.
Someone at the CrossFit Games just running to the finish line and just screaming, being super happy, and I pressed on the record button. And I got the shot, and that was Lazar, and it was his first event win at this first CrossFit Games. And one day I got a message saying, "Hey bro, can you send me that video?" And little did I know, from there he would turn out to become one of my best friends.
The frost is sinking in, but the winter's almost over. Life will return again, but somehow we always seem to shake things off. We never seem to let the burdens weigh us down. Yeah, we're okay now. We build it up again from the bottom up. Nothing ever seems to be too much for us. Together we made a stronger start. Up ahead, there are diamonds
danger and be proud of this, man, it does not feel real.